course, this is Austin, Texas, and this is not my neighborhood, but I wanted to come out here to the park to where there weren't too many people who won't stop and ask me questions in this neighborhood. So here we go. Say penny one. I was just wanted to take this last day of the year to just go over some frequently asked questions. Some questions that have obviously been answered through some of my other videos, but I can understand some people don't want to take the time to go through all those videos and searching for the answers to their few questions. So, Happy New Year, first of all, tomorrow. I don't know what time it is right now. It's here in Austin, Texas. It is 2:15 on December the 31st. Got my nerd glasses on today. I'm just chilling, that's all. Not in my neighborhood. Just came out to this neighborhood because I knew that, first of all, I wanted a good light. Hopefully we have good light so we can see everything. Outdoors, kind of get tired of being inside sometimes. But let's just go over some of the frequently asked questions. Okay, here's one. And I'm not going to take too much time on this one, but what is the difference in between locks and dreads? Some people say dreads came from, the term dreads came from the Europeans as dreadful locks, as something being really nasty or whatever. That part is true as far as what the Europeans were saying, but they did not invent or come up with the word dreadlocks. Dreadlocks was already around before the Europeans decided to say that it was dreadful. They were just playing on words. The dreadlocks actually dreadlocks have been around for centuries, but as far as the English word dreadlocks, obviously people who don't speak English don't call their locks dreadlocks because those are English words. But the dreadlocks really came from a movement of people who were, and I'm not going to get too deep because I haven't studied deep into to all the reasons, but it was a statement. It was a statement of religion. It was a statement of, having control over what you wanted to do, and the control was the free form. They would free form their hair. They wouldn't do anything to it. They would let it grow. Locks, on the other hand, are new. I mean, they aren't as old as dreads. Locks are still letting your hair make like ropes. That's what dreadlocks are, making like ropes, your hair like rope. But it was purposely trying to do it to where you can still see your scalp, and where your hair was clean and manicured and trimmed and so forth, to where it looked neat. That's what locks are. If you're purposely trying to make your hair look neat and locks, then you have locks and not dreads, not dreadlocks. Dreadlocks was a Rastafarian, more today is a Rastafarian thing. So, and I'm not a Rasta. So, okay. So number two, the method that I use the microfiber cloth, and I use the rub method. What is a microfiber cloth? A microfiber cloth is this guy right here. Well, you can't see this tag anymore because it's been used so much, but this is a small, thin microfiber cloth. Here is the preferred one that I use. This is really heavy. It's really thick. It has long hairs on it. This is the preferred microfiber that I use, but the method that I use is a rub method that I accidentally started doing years ago, and the question is, can I start this method using short hair? Well, I started this method when my hair was just long enough for waves, and that could have been about that long. So and what happened was, when I was putting the petroleum in my hair, when I was putting in I was using Dax and Sport and Wave. I would rub it into my hair, and just, you know, rubbing it like that, and then I would get these little beads. And when I got those little beads, and I was in Atlanta at the time, I went to my nephew's wedding. My nephew said, "Hey, Unc, that looks cool." I'm like, "Really?" So I left my hair like that. My mom was like, you know, "Boy, you better comb your hair." And, you know, I combed it a little bit, and then I put it back because I just thought it really looked neat. I mean, because he thought it looked neat as well. So I left it, and I just kept doing it. I just kept doing that method. And while I was doing that method, I was learning. So yes, the answer to that question is your hair can be very short. Mine was this short. I mean, not even a quarter of an inch long when I started to do my locks. Now, a lot of people ask, which direction do I rub? Okay, well, let's say that, let me draw it here. Draw out too many pages. Here is your clock. Okay, this is your clock. And let's say that you put this clock, like you're looking at it right here. Take this clock, put your hand on the face of the clock, and put your hand on your head. Okay? So your hand, here's the clock. This way is counterclockwise, and this way is clockwise. So here's the face of the clock. And if you put this face of the clock on top of your head, like that, put your hand on it, counterclockwise will be this way. So we'll be rubbing this way, like this, right? So if I were to take that clock and the fiber cloth and put it on my head, I would rub it counterclockwise, like so. And what happens is you see that it's all twisted up. And when you're rolling this way, my hair is actually twisted clockwise. So when I take my lock and I twist it this way, or I palm roll it this way, in order for me to get that effect, I would have to roll my hand counterclockwise onto my scalp. I know it sounds weird, but it is the truth. Go through the, try it yourself. I'll show you right here on the front. I'm rolling counterclockwise, and if you look at this, I can find one, this, you can see that it is twisted clockwise because it is rolling on my scalp. My head is going this way, it's rolling, and it's doing the opposite of the roll. So try it out. You can see in the notes where other people have tried it, and that is the truth. Okay, so I rub counterclockwise, and in this hand, counterclockwise would be this way, right? If I need to turn for you to see that easier, this left hand would go this way, right hand would go this way. I don't know if you heard that. How often do you wash your locks? Well, I wash my locks when I think they need to be washed. Kind of like asking, how often do you take a shower? I like to at least take a shower once a day, but sometimes I might shower more often than that, depending if I'm playing sports or working out or whatever. I probably only wash my locks maybe once or twice a week. If my scalp is itching, then I'm going to wash my hair. Just like if your skin or your whatever, your private parts, you know, if they itch, you don't go to the store and try and find some type of anti-itch cream to put on your private parts. What you probably do is take a shower. And that's the same thing that I do with my hair. If I smell or feel that my hair is dirty, then I will wash it. And you should do the same with yours. Do you need to put oil on your scalp or in your hair. That is a personal preference as well. I don't put any oils on my scalp or in my hair, generally. Generally, what I do is I wash it with soap and water. And if I'm going out or something and I want it to look shiny, then I'll put a product in there that would make it shiny and that would hold. But generally, like right now, as light as my hair is, and I don't know if you see, the wind is barely blowing out here, but it does, take my locks with it sometimes because there's nothing in my hair except for hair. And your hair is light, so I don't put oils on my scalp or my hair. You don't actually need oil on your scalp. A lot of us think that washing your hair once a week is too much. That is not. That's kind of like saying taking a shower once a week is too much. You have skin on top of your head and you have skin around the rest of your body as your membrane. You need to wash the membrane. If you have an oily forehead like I do, then most likely you have an oily scalp as well. If you haven't been washing and you've been putting oils in your hair, just like when you're taking medication, prednisone or whatever type of medication that that puts in automatically the hormones or whatever that your body's supposed to be making naturally, your body tends to stop making it. So when you're putting oils into your scalp all the time, your body stops making oil for your scalp because your body's like, I already have too much oil on my scalp, so it stops making it, and that's why your scalp is dry.